What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another unexpected video, and this one is all about Jason and Kylen. Now, before we continue, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now, when it comes to Jason and Kylen themselves in particular, this is a couple that was not on last week's episode of wrong TV show, on Unexpected, which therefore created a massive speculation that maybe, just maybe, TLC had finally started listening to viewers and had removed them off the TV show. But if you ask me, I don't think they did. I think TLC was just giving us a break away from the couple, but are definitely looking to bring them back in this week's episode of Unexpected. But hey, until the episode comes out, we won't know. But since then, people have been having discussions about, well, Jason's behavior in the last two episodes specifically. Because in the last two episodes of TLC, nearly got that one wrong again, of TLC's Unexpected, well, this is when Kylen was going through labor. And when she was going through labor, the doctors, the nurses, they suggested that she goes on epidural. But Jason did not want her to go on epidural in any kind of way. In fact, he went as far as saying one of the reasons, or the main reasons he didn't want her to go on it, was because he was afraid that she would then become addicted to it after giving birth. Which left us thinking, please, can you make it make sense? I mean, listen, don't get me wrong, like, there are legal medications that you can get prescribed and people can get hooked in them, which I think predominantly are some kind of painkillers. But at the same time, though, I don't think it's fair to bring that into the conversation. So to be honest with you, when he said what he said, it left us thinking, yeah, buddy, we don't think that she's going to become addicted to it. But to be honest with you, I don't think this is about her being addicted to epidural. This is more about the fact that she was going through a really hard time, and the pain that she was going through whilst trying to deliver their child was so much pain that it was only fitting that she was allowed to actually have an epidural in the end. And to be honest with you, she ended up getting it, which is fantastic. Now, obviously, for the people who don't remember the episode itself in particular, it actually resulted with Jason actually being kicked out of hospital because, well, the nurses and the doctors lost their cool with him because he was being a little, if you dig what I'm saying. But nonetheless, though, we've now got to a stage where people have found out that apparently, just apparently, Jason may have actually been vaping throughout the whole time she was pregnant, and also may have been vaping on the day she was actually in a labor. So actually, I think that was more of a stretch, to be fair with you, but it turns out she may have been. So therefore, it then brings in the contradiction. If he was paranoid about her having an epidural because of the drug that's inside of it, why would he then be okay with then taking substances around her while she was pregnant? To be fair, some people have even gone out to say that potentially, just potentially, maybe Kylen was also taking substance as well. Which again, at the same time, has got people thinking, you never know. So it got me thinking, and I said to myself, well, what if Jason was trying to prevent her from going on epidural for a reason to protect her that we couldn't see? Maybe there's a history. Maybe she has a problem from the past. So therefore, I went to Reddit to see what people were saying, and I came across two very interesting comments. And to be fair with you, well, let's just dive into them. Now, as you can see right here, the first person says, does anyone think that it's possible Kylen used to have a drug problem, and that's why Jason was so vocal about no drugs? He's an idiot, don't get me wrong. But the way her aunt was consoling him in the parking lot, she set off my alarm bells. It was like she was concerned for Kylen when it came to the morphine drip. She said something to the effect of, she can push and push and push that button, but it's on a timer. She won't get more than she needs. So to be honest with you, when I read this one, I was saying to myself, maybe there is a link here. Maybe she has got a history of being on some kind of substance, and maybe Jason was just being protective because he didn't want her to relapse or anything to go wrong. Possibly. But then someone came out with a very interesting reply to this comment itself in particular, where they came out to say, nope. It's been said that Jason himself has alcohol fentanyl syndrome and was born with drugs inside his system. It's also being said that Jason has developmental disabilities and behavior issues and was once on medications but stopped taking them. So I think that's why he freaked out about Kylen having meds during delivery. So really and truly, we're now sitting here with two different opinions amongst other opinions that I saw, and probably other opinions and assumptions that you guys have yourself in particular. But I think that these two here are probably the closest to a certain degree. In fact, I think the second one is probably the one, because as much as I first originally thought that maybe there's a history behind Kylen and drugs, I said to myself, if there was though, I think that we would have maybe seen signs, or people who know much about people that have been in drugs, maybe they would have seen those signs throughout the episodes. But one thing that we can say is that we've definitely seen massive signs of Jason's behavior. So to be honest with you, the second one for me hits hard. And it tells me that I think that that one could be that now on the freaking head. That maybe Jason's attitude, one, is definitely due to him having a behavior issues. That's for sure. And to be honest with you, would I be surprised if Jason did wake up? If he was born with drugs in his system? Something tells me no, because the way he behaves is so... what's the word I'm looking for here? Let me not even say a word. His behavior is just so... I'll let you fill in the blank. To the extent of where I wouldn't be surprised if that's how he was born, and I wouldn't be surprised if he grew up around it. But the matter of the fact is though, the way he behaved on that last episode, or the last two episodes that they were on, it was despicable, it was disgusting, it was absolutely filthy. And don't get me wrong, throughout the whole season, his behavior has been nothing but awful, disrespectful, narcissistic. And to be honest with you, there are so many other words that I could use, but sadly, I'm on the wrong platform from that. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Maybe this is what I could do. You know, I used to have, I still do have Patreon, but maybe I can revamp my Patreon. And maybe on that one, I can start uploading videos of the topics that we talk about here, but the explicit versions, where I can really say how I'm feeling without having to hold back certain words, without having to change certain words, because YouTube won't allow it. Oh, I could do that, you know. Either do it on Patreon, or I could do it on the other one. Is it buy me a coffee? Not a bad idea. What do you think? You know what, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think that I should revamp my Patreon, where I basically create this content, but I also create extras to where I can really just go crazy with it? Ooh, interesting. Or I could do that just for the members. Actually, no, Patreon would be better. Let me know in the comment section. That's not a bad idea. Explicit with myself. Moving mad, going crazy. Moving mad, let it all out. Okay, I'm swaying off the topic of the video. I do apologize. But nonetheless though, ladies and gentlemen, the matter of fact is though, I feel like maybe we've come to this conclusion where maybe the reason Jason behaved the way he behaved was maybe because of the way he was born, and maybe the surrounding, or maybe he's a product of his environment. But at the end of the day though, if he was vaping throughout her pregnancy, then of course he is a massive hypocrite. And I would say he owes her an apology, but to be honest with you, she's willing to defend him. She's willing to stay with him. And to be honest with you, it is what it is, right? But nonetheless though, let me know what you're thinking in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Like, subscribe, and peace.